Okay, it's the weekend, so we just got back from Big Box Store and finally got the plan of how we are going to do the chicken coop, and I spent the week trying to get as much free wood as I could. Just, people posting and in their backyard, free wood, come and get. So we have, actually ended up saving us quite a bit of money, but we still had to spend $200 in wood for the layout that we're going to do. We're going to make a 16 by 10 pen that's about 7 foot high. We have about 6 inches of wood chips on the ground, so we're going to obviously put that flush with the ground, so that's going to lower the actual inside height to about 6'6" or so. And it is 5 in the afternoon on a Saturday. We get raw milk delivered Fridays, and we can pick it up Friday or Saturday until 6 p.m. and it is 5:09. I have yet to wash last week's milk jugs. I know they're going to be disgusting. And everybody, I'm like, hey, let's get this built. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to get milk now, or else we'll have to buy milk for the week. And I've already technically bought milk for the week. So I need to do the dishes real fast so I can do these milk jugs so I can go and get milk before I can't pick it up after 6 p.m. It's just at a lady's house. She stores it there, and after 6, she asks you to not come. I have gone a couple of times, and I've even been there at like 6:05. She's like, oh, I already gave away your milk to the neighbor kids because it was just sitting there. I didn't know you were going to come and get it. It's like, yes, I have 4 children. I'm definitely coming and getting the milk. But so I am trying to wash these dishes as fast as I can. And then I got to get back and help start on the pen. It should be easy enough to put together, just squaring off some edges, and gotta dig back the stuff first. Gotta dig back the wood chips first to get out of the way so we can put it flush to the ground. I expected to be here to do this kind of stuff, and now I'm not gonna be here. So I moved the chickens over into the garden. We have our little garden area. Nothing's planted yet, so I figured what a great place. It's already fenced off and has a little gate. We can just put the chickens in there while we're building, because they're not going to be able to wander inside while we have that moved, or we're just not going to build tonight, and we'll start building first thing in the morning now that we have most of what we need. The only thing we don't have is the chicken wire, the actual chicken wire. We went to a different big box store at a different location this time, slightly closer to the house, but more construction, more commercial construction. So they had more wood, but they are going under construction themselves. So actually everything was all moved around out of different places, and they didn't have as much as stock. So we're still going to have to go to the original box store that we went to get the chicken wire. And I think we're just going to go ahead and stick with chicken wire. I'm not going to worry about getting hardware cloth. If something happens where I'm like, oh, obviously we needed hardware cloth, then sure, I'll go get it. So well, I'm going to finish washing these dishes. I'm going to go get milk and then come back and either build a chicken pen tonight or start it first thing in the morning. So yeah, I'm going to go. Alrighty, well, I'm on my way to get milk right now. Make sure that I get there timely so we can get our milk. Do you ever have one of those days where you're like, you feel very frustrated and you just can't shake the feeling? I've tried to walk away. I've tried to take a breath. I've tried to recenter myself. I've tried to be grateful. All these things are in my head, and I know to be grateful. I know to be thankful. And I sometimes feel like I'm taking my family and situations for granted, and I don't want to do that. I do know why I'm frustrated though. Several weeks ago, little over a month ago, no, I guess about 2 months now at this point, 2 months ago, we got in an accident and nobody was hurt. It was just us and a light pole, but got in an accident with our little car, a Kia Soul. So she's been out of commission since beginning of March. Haven't been able to use her. And then as I was driving around yesterday, figured, I'll use this time to go and look for wood and stuff you know, because anything I can get for free to help save money on building this chicken coop and the chicken pen is well warranted. Our minivan, which is a 2008, so it's very old, and she's had some work done on her to keep her running. As I was going, started sputtering and making rough grinding sounds in her passenger side front wheel, and then the traction system kicked on and she drove home. She accelerated. I tried to take it easy. I was on the other side of town. I mean, literally 30 miles away from my house. I had done a whole loop around town, and it happened while I was on the exact opposite edge and had to cut back across and go home. And so now I have 2 vehicles out of commission, and the vehicle I'm using now is my son's that we just recently purchased for him. It's a 2003 Daewoo Lanos, so definitely an older car. It only had 58,000 miles on it, so we got a really good deal. The people hardly ever drove it, but like that's the car I have available. My husband's truck this morning had a flat tire. He hit something with it, so he had to put on the spare tire in order for us to go and pick up wood. So it's just, and then I want to get this built, and I feel like I'm imposing on everybody because this is something that I want. Granted, everybody enjoys it, but all of these are things that I want. So I hate to put the burden on other people. I don't know, it's felt like a lot today, so I'm at the milk place. I'm gonna go get milk. I'll be right back. This neighborhood that I'm driving through right now, I just drove by one of the trees that I got apples from last year. It's full of bloom, so I know that not all trees make apples every year. Some do, some don't. Maybe it just depends on the maturity. But I love seeing all the trees in bloom and all the green grass and all the green leaves, and even without snow over the winter time and without rain here in spring so far, everything's at least coming back in okay, but it'll get dry really fast. So anyways, I just remember I need to be grateful, thankful I got the milk. I have a lovely family who loves to help. I don't want to feel like a burden. Not to say that they make me feel that way. That's my own internal issue. Build a chicken coop so the chickens have a nice place to be, because that's what I at least got going for me now. So we get back out on a busy street. We'll see what they're doing when we get home.